All right, good morning, everyone. I am so pleased to see that we have some yoga people here today. And even if you're not a yoga person, that is just great because I know Tammy Wright well enough to know that she can make it work for people who have done lots or have done very little yoga in the past. One of the amazing things about Tammy is that she is also the clerk of the New Hampshire Senate. And if you've ever thought about a big job, that is a really big job. And I find her inspirational because what she does is take care of herself even in the midst of having a job that's way bigger than mine. And it gives me the belief that I also can do it. So Tammy, thank you very much. This is even your inauguration day and you are here with us. So I really appreciate that. I'm going to stop talking. I'm going to go get myself on the other side where I'm going to do the yoga, and I'm turning it over to you, Tammy.
Okay, thank you. Good morning. My name is Tammy Wright, and as Wendy said, I'm the clerk of the Senate, and I'm taking a break from work. But what I want to make sure is that, because I don't know the levels of everyone, and I don't see people really, so just make sure you have a comfortable chair, something that you can have your feet firmly on the floor. Maybe having a bolster or pillow. I put a pillow in the back of my chair. And I use straps still. I had a back fusion, so sometimes forward folds are a little difficult on me. So I like to make sure I take care of myself. But through this practice this morning, I try to tell people the most important part is bringing awareness to our bodies, our breath, and our mind, our thoughts. And it's one of the three things that we give up so easily. And with I know my job is like chaos all the time. So I've had to develop all these tools to bring myself back. And so some of the things that we're going to do this morning, you might take one away with you, and most of the postures, the yoga postures, you're going to be able to do at your desk. But just make sure that you take care of yourself. You be mindful of how you feel. And if something just doesn't feel right, maybe just place your hands on your knees or stack the hands in the lap and just wait till we move on to another posture, because we need to be aware of what's good for us. And we need to take the measures to take care of ourselves, self-care. So what I'd like to start my class off with is centering. And sometimes it's very hard if you're new to yoga to just sit and be with yourself and your thoughts are running through your head. So what I'm going to ask you to do is just find a way to sit comfortably in your chair. Maybe resting the hands on the knees. Make sure the feet are about hip distance apart if that's comfortable for you. Maybe bring those shoulders up and just roll them back so on your exhale, you'll be relaxing the shoulders towards the floor, the mat, or the chair. So let's just close our eyes if that's comfortable for you. And I'm going to say we're going to bring our awareness to our body, our breath, and our thoughts. So first, let's bring our awareness to the body. It's really important to check in, to do a scan of the body and just notice what feels good and what might not feel so good. So maybe just making all those minor adjustments. And then second, bring your attention to your thoughts. It's one of the things that we do. We talk to ourselves all day. We teach ourselves to just keep going and going and going. And bringing that awareness that you don't want that chatter to slow down. You just want to be able to set it aside. Just let it go so that you can come into the present. And then next, bringing that awareness to the breath. That's simply that breath is something you have to do all day long, but you don't give much attention to. And sometimes simply bringing our awareness to our breath and maybe evening it out, we take our mind off whatever it is. It gives your mind something to lean on, I should just say. So let's just bring our attention to our breath, just simply noticing the inhales and the exhales. Not changing your breath yet, not changing anything, Just noticing the breath flowing through the body. Noticing the sensations, maybe the rise and the fall of the chest. Maybe the coolness as it passes through the nose. And then on your next inhale, just think about expanding the belly, expanding the ribs and the chest. And then your exhale, gently, slowly breathing out through the mouth. So we're going to do a 3-part breath where you're inhale, filling up the belly and the chest, and then exhale slowly and gently through the mouth. And doing this for a minute or so, just noticing that maybe what you were thinking about at the beginning is starting to just slow up. What we're trying to do is just allow ourselves to take a break, a few minutes from everything. I try to tell everybody this posture right here, even though it's the hardest posture, really is the one that's got the most power for you to be able to be in that chaos and teach yourself to calm the body, calm the mind, and just simply bring that awareness to the breath. And then on your exhale, keeping your eyes closed, just releasing the chin gently and slowly to the chest and maybe lifting the chest to meet the chin. And just getting that stretch along the back of the neck. And then on your inhale, bringing it back to neutral. And then exhale, releasing back to the chest. And when you're here, just bringing that gentle movement to the left and the right, you decide where you need to bring your chin. And when you find that one spot, maybe you just stay there for a breath. And then coming back to center, we'll inhale, bringing our head back to neutral and just bringing our gaze out over that right shoulder. And you decide if you want the eyes open or closed, but coming back to center and then to the left. Nice, gentle movements. Remember, you're trying to slow yourself down. We do enough rushing in the day. Our mind will work against us because we'll want to keep moving quickly. So using that breath to connect with the movement. And then when you come back to center, we're going to drop the ear to the right shoulder. Come back to center. Exhale to the left shoulder. Come back to center. Over to the right. And then back to center. And I'm just going to move up into my chair. We're going to inhale the arms up overhead. So when we're in seated mountain posture, palms facing one another. Relax those shoulders. We're going to exhale that left hand down to the side of the chair. Drop the right ear to the right shoulder and just gently place that right hand on the crown of the head. And just feel that stretch all along the left side. A nice, gentle stretch. Noticing your breath, not holding the breath. And then on your exhale, releasing that right hand to the right side of the chair, inhale the head back. We're going to inhale that left hand up, placing it on the crown of the head, bringing that left ear to the left shoulder. Using that breath to relax into the posture, not holding the breath. We have a tendency to hold the breath when we're not even realizing it. And then we'll exhale, release that hand down and bringing the head back to center. We'll bring your hands in front, palms facing out, so a seated mountain posture. We're gonna work our way into a seated sun salutation. So we'll inhale the arms up overhead. We're gonna exhale the arms out, so you're opening the chest. And then you're gonna inhale the hands forward, so slightly arching the back. And then you're gonna exhale the hands back to heart center. So gently pressing the fingertips together. So let's inhale the hands up overhead. Exhale out, opening the chest, getting a nice stretch. Inhale out. Exhale, back to heart center. One more time. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, releasing, open shoulder blades towards one another. Exhale, arching the back, hands together. And then bringing the hands back to heart center. So we're going to close our eyes here. Gently place the hands together, not pressing, and the thumbs will be pointing towards the chest. And then just bring your attention back to your alignment. Think about the ears over the shoulders over the hips in line with the knees, and the feet hip distance apart. Just noticing the breath once again. And then we're going to inhale the arms up overhead. We're going to exhale, twisting open to the right, so that left hand will come to the right knee. That right hand can come to the hip or the outside of the chair. And then you're just going to bring your gaze over that right shoulder. And maybe let the upper body just come into the twist a little bit more. Maybe with that left hand, you'll press the right knee into that left hand, just creating a little bit of resistance here. And then inhale the arms up overhead, seated mountain posture. Exhale, twisting over to the left, so that right hand on the left knee. Just find a place where it's comfortable to place your left hand. It might be the hip or the back of the chair. And then again, bringing that gaze over the left shoulders, looking out the corners of the eyes, and then let the upper body follow. Being mindful of how the body feels. Maybe just noticing the feet, pressing them into the floor. Maybe pressing that left knee into that right hand. And then on the inhale, the arms are coming up, seated mountain posture. We're going to come into that twist one more time. But this time, either staying what you did, or we're going to take that hand out to the side and point our thumb up. And then we're just going to gently bring it back behind us, coming into a deeper twist and bringing our gaze. But if that bothers you, just simply come into the twist that you did the first time. This is about you taking care of you and being aware of how things feel and adjusting, not forcing something. And then on that inhale, we're going to take that right hand, bringing it up. We're going to drop that left elbow onto the left knee and come into a seated side stretch. So reaching from that right hip, right up through the right fingertips. And just noticing if you're holding your breath here. And then on your exhale, we're going to take that right hand. We're going to cross it over the left arm. So you're going to be sitting with your arms crossed. And we're going to do a seated cat and cow here. So you're going to drop the chin to the chest, open the shoulder blades. And then inhale, coming forward, slight back bend. And only if your neck feels okay, bringing that gaze up. And then connect that breath with movement here. So you're going to just rock back and forth at your own pace, feeling that stretch, maybe even dropping the jaw open. I can't see you and nobody else can see you, so just making sure you're connecting that breath with the movement. And then coming back to center, dropping the hands so that they're alongside the body, palms facing out. Just come back to that alignment. Think about that alignment. Just notice if the torso is coming forward. Just inhale, shifting it back. Pressing the feet into the floor. Let's inhale the arms up. We're going to come into that same twist, right? You're going to take that left hand out, bringing it back. So that gaze will be back towards the left fingers, left thumb. Or maybe that left hand is just on the hip and the right hand is on the left knee. Noticing if you're shifting your whole body forward again, just bring that torso back. Looking out the corners of the eyes, we'll inhale that left hand up. Then we're going to drop that right elbow down on the right knee, coming into a seated side stretch. So you're pressing that left hip into the seat, but lifting up through that left hip through to the left fingertips. And then on your exhale, you're going to slowly bring it down, crossing over the right, and we're going to do the seated cat and cow again with the arms crossed. So dropping the chin to the chest, exhale, release. At your own pace, inhale, coming forward, slight back bend, gaze up. And then exhale, release. Inhale, forward. Exhale, release. And inhale, forward. And then on your next inhale, coming up, releasing those arms alongside the body, mountain posture, making all those adjustments. I know I say it a lot, but when we're sitting at our desks, we often forget, we get that bad posture. So it's really good to become mindful and be aware of the body and how you're sitting at your desk and where you hold that tension. It only takes a couple seconds to just shift the body so that you're comfortable. We're going to come into a seated child's pose. So I'm just going to have you slowly bringing your chest down towards your thighs. If you stack your forearms and this is comfortable for you to bring your gaze, if not, you can cross that left hand to the right knee, right hand to the left knee, and just let the head, the crown of the head relax towards the floor, but not letting the sit bones lift from the chair. And again, if you find the place that it's comfortable for you. Using that breath, using that exhale to release into the posture. Just notice if you're holding tension. And then on your next exhale, release the hands to the floor so you're in a complete seated forward fold. We usually stay in postures about 5 breaths. So on your next inhale, take that right hand to the right knee, left hand to the left knee, and gently press to come back up to seated, dropping the arms alongside the body, seated mountain posture. We're going to come into what I call their eagle arms. It's a twisting type of posture, but we're going to lift our arms up. So we're in seated mountain posture with the arms up, palms facing. We're going to come halfway down, starting with the right over the left. And you're going to reach back towards those shoulder blades, but not let the elbows come down. And just maybe get a nice stretch and press the elbows away from the body, keeping them lifted. And then I'm going to add, if you have further, you're going to stack that right elbow in the left and maybe bring the back of the forearms together with the back of the hands. And if you have further, you might bring those palms together so that arms are completely wrapped. You're going to lift the elbows up, press away from the chest, feel that stretch. And then maybe if your neck is okay, you bring your gaze up towards the fingertips or just your gaze out straight. Think about where your feet are. Are they engaged with the floor? Is your upper body coming forward? Just inhale, bringing it back, lifting the elbows up. And then if you have the bind, let's just come back to give yourself that hug. I think we all need that hug today. It hasn't been that great of a 24 hours. And then exhale, release, palms down. And then inhale the arms up again. Seated mountain posture. We're gonna come halfway down. Bringing the left over the right, reaching back, getting that nice stretch. Maybe you're rocking back and forth. My back always seems to crack when I do this. And then again, stacking the elbows, maybe the forearms come, or just coming into the complete bind. Lifting the elbows up and away from the chest. Gaze up if that's comfortable for you. And then exhale, release, arms back down alongside the body. We're gonna do this one more time, but we're gonna add the legs. So we're doing eagle seated posture, but if anybody's there and they know this practice and they wanna stand up and do it, you're more than welcome to do that too. Inhale up, exhale halfway down, right over left, reaching back. So if you stay here, I'm gonna guide everybody into the eagle arms. And then if you have further, you're gonna inhale, lifting that left leg. So you're gonna wrap it or just bring it around. So you're gonna come into a complete kind of like, it's almost like wringing out a washcloth, the twist. But if you're standing, you're just gonna pretend you're sitting back on a chair and you'll lift that left leg and wrap it around. And that's a balance posture. You get to decide. And the beautiful part is we're all doing our own practice in our own home the way we want to. And if you're just sitting here doing the breath, then that's great too. So on your next inhale, lifting that left leg, placing it down, unwrapping the arms, shaking it out. And we're gonna set up slowly to come into the opposite side. So bring the arms up, halfway down, left over right, reaching back. If you bring your arms into eagle arms, you get to decide where you want to go with this posture. And then take that right leg, crossing it over, coming into the bind. So just remember pressing the elbows away from the chest, lifting up. There's never a rush to come into a full expression of any posture. You'll always get the benefit. On the next inhale, I'm doing the legs and then bringing the arms back down alongside the chair so that you're in seated mountain posture, palms facing out. On the next exhale, we're gonna drop that right elbow to the right knee. We're gonna do a seated triangle posture. I'm gonna have you come forward, taking that left hand right to the floor alongside the left leg. And then on your inhale, you're just gonna open up. But if this bothers you, you can always bring that left hand to the left hip. But your gaze can be up or your gaze can be down. So it's almost like a standing triangle where you want to work towards stacking the shoulders. For 5 breaths. And then on your exhale, release that left hand down. Release that right. We're going to come into a seated forward fold, crown of the head towards the floor. On your next inhale, take that right hand to the right knee, left hand to the left knee, coming up. We're going to exhale, release that left elbow to the left knee, bringing that right hand down to the floor alongside the right leg. And on your inhale, twisting open. My neck just cracked. I don't know if you heard that, but that was loud. Using that breath to come into the posture or using the breath to come out of the posture. And on your exhale, releasing that hand back down, dropping that left, bringing the chest to the thighs, the crown of the head towards the floor, using that breath just to relax in this seated forward fold. Maybe scanning the body, maybe just noticing all the subtle differences from the beginning. Remember, we need to release, not always thinking that we have to be on the go. So in our next inhale, bringing that right hand, bringing that left hand to the left knee, coming up to seated. We're going to take our time, making our way to standing. And we're going to come into what's a downward facing dog on the chair, with the chair, using the chair. So you're going to place your hands, I'm going to do it on the side so you can see. You're going to place your hands on the chair. You're going to press back, walk your feet back to where it's comfortable. I'm going to move my chair a little bit so that it's comfortable for you. And you're just going to press the hips back. If you're at home and you can do a downward facing dog, I invite you to do that on the mat. That would be just making sure your hands are on the floor, you're lifting the hips, you're bending into one knee at a time, pressing the hips up. And then on your inhale, you're going to come up. We're going to just bring that left foot forward. We're going to bend into that left knee and press out through that right heel. So bringing that left foot and the right foot just enough apart so that you feel your balance. You feel comfortable in this posture. You can keep both hands on the mat, on the chair, or inhale that right hand up. So just think about bending into that knee, not letting that knee drop out to the left or come into the right. You're keeping the ankle, the knee, the hip all in line. Let's exhale that hand back down. We're going to take that left foot back and we're going to press back into downward facing dog for 5 breaths. Really feel that stretch. Just think you could be in the office at your desk or the chair. This always feels so good. And then on your inhale, you're going to bring that right leg forward, bend into that right knee. We're in a high lunge here. So again, make yourself feel stable and comfortable in the posture, moving the left foot out, moving the right, but just maybe coming up onto the left toes and pressing out through that heel. And if you have further and you feel comfortable and want to bring that left hand up, I invite you to do that. Using that breath. And then we're going to come up and release out of the posture, bringing the left foot in, and we're just going to come back to that downward facing dog for 5 breaths. So feet hip distance apart, hands shoulder distance apart, pressing out through the heels, just feeling the posture. Noticing the breath. And then on your inhale, we're going to walk in towards the chair. We're going to come into a balance posture, which is called tree posture. And in this tree posture, I'm going to have you ground into that. I'll come over because I'm going to start on our right side. On the right side, we'll press that right foot into the mat. We'll take that left foot and bring it up like a kickstand to the right ankle. And we're going to open up that knee. We're going to inhale, just using the strength of the feet to hold the body. And if you have further and you want to inhale, lifting that left hand up and bringing the right, you can. Maybe the arms just come out. You decide with this balancing posture, this tree posture. Using the breath, bringing your gaze to one spot. If you have further and you want to bring that left foot right into the upper right thigh, the only place we can't place that foot is on the knee. And then if your arms are overhead, exhale, release down. And then we'll take that left knee in and just shake that left foot out. And I'm gonna come over to the opposite side of my chair now because I'm gonna guide us on the left foot. So you're gonna ground that left foot into the mat. Take that right foot like a kickstand, so you're up on the toes. Open that right knee out. Inhale that hand up if that's what you choose to do. Inhale both. Maybe just open the chest, but bring your gaze to one spot. And if you have further and you want to bring that right foot up to the left thigh and release the hands. If the hands are overhead, exhale, release them down, holding the chair. And then we'll take that knee, turning it in, just bringing it out, releasing out, and just shaking it out. And we're gonna walk back to the front of the chair. Coming back to seated, closing our eyes, dropping our hands, palms facing out so that we're in seated mountain posture. Closing the eyes. Just checking in, bringing that awareness to the body, the breath, and the thoughts. You'd be amazed that just 10 minutes at your desk, how this could shift everything for you. On the next inhale, opening the eyes, we're going to do a figure four, seated figure four. So we're going to inhale the right leg. We're going to bring that ankle past the left knee. This might be difficult for you, so you might cross your legs, but just being mindful to come into the posture comfortably for you. This might be the posture. Or as you exhale, you might slowly bring yourself down so that your arms will come in front of that left ankle and work your way so that your crown of the head is going to rest down. You decide. You'll feel it. You'll know. Maybe you even just rock the leg back and forth. And then on your inhale, slowly taking your time, making your way back up to seated, just taking a breath here. Exhale, releasing that leg down, maybe adjusting the body, and then we're going to come over so that that left ankle will come past the right knee. Sitting up nice and tall, maybe this is where you'll be, but on your exhale, slowly and gently, coming forward till you find that edge where you're getting that stretch that you need. Now, this is a posture that can be done on the wall. This is a posture that you can, I quite often do. I put my leg like this up on my desk. And I keep a lot of reminders around my office to stop because even myself, I've been teaching for over 10 years. I need tools in my toolbox and I need gentle reminders that I need to have this practice. And then on your inhale, slowly taking your time, making your way back up. We'll take that left leg, bring it back down to the mat. We're going to take that right foot out. You might come out onto your chair, on the edge of your chair. We're going to inhale the arms up overhead, and you're going to just gently exhale forward, coming down over that right leg. The toes will be coming in towards the shins. That left knee is bent. Being mindful how the lower back feels, the glute right down into the thigh. I take my peace fingers and bring them right to the big toe. And then on your inhale, taking that hand, placing it on the leg, lifting up gently, sliding that foot back. And then we'll just come into the opposite side. So that left leg will come out in front. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, folding forward down over that left leg. The toes coming in. Maybe the peace fingers come to the big toes. And then on your inhale, slowly coming back up, we'll take the legs and open up so that you're sitting. So just bringing the hands to the outside of the knees, and we'll press the knees into the hands into the knees, creating a little bit of a resistance here, sitting up nice and tall. And then on your exhale, we'll bring the hands to the inside of the knees, pressing the knees into the hands into the knees. Just creating a little bit of resistance. And then on your next inhale, we'll place the hands on the knees. And what we're going to do is just drop that right shoulder, come into a twist. Bring your gaze out over that left shoulder. And then inhale, coming back up to center. And exhale, releasing that left shoulder, hands on the knees, and just coming into the twist here. And then inhale, slowly coming back to center, bringing the feet in so they're hip distance apart. We're going to take our time to settle in. I'm going to give you a guided relaxation before we do our seated Shavasana, just sitting quietly. And I invite you, if you want to lay down on the floor, grab a blanket or a pillow, but I invite you to just find a way to set yourself up comfortably for the next few minutes. So again, either you're seated or you're laying down. Just bringing that awareness back to the body. Noticing how you feel. Noticing how you can use your breath to really allow the body to let go. And then bringing your awareness back to the breath. Noticing where that breath travels through the body. Noticing the sensations. And then bringing your awareness to your thoughts. Hopefully they've slowed down a little bit. You never want them to stop. You just want to learn how to set them aside so you can calm the body and relax the breath. So let's bring our attention to the crown of the head. And then just come forward to the forehead, all the muscles in the forehead. Really being mindful to release. Let all those muscles relax from the eyebrows into the eyes, maybe just letting those the eyes relax in the eye sockets. Right down into the nose, the mouth, the cheeks, and right up into the joints of the jaw. Maybe even dropping the jaw and moving it side to side. And using that breath to let go, to allow the body to relax. Give yourself this time. And then bring your attention to the throat. And then have that mindfulness, the awareness, just have yourself traveling right into the shoulders, to the shoulder joints, noticing how everything feels, using that breath, every exhale to release from the shoulder joints to the elbows, to the wrists, the palm of the hands and into the fingers. Bringing that awareness, noticing all the connections. And then on your inhale, traveling back through the arms, coming right to the center of the chest. Noticing the sensations, noticing the beat of the heart. And exhale, using that breath to relax, let go. And then coming down to the navel center, noticing the rise and the fall of the belly. Maybe even placing a hand on the belly. And then bringing the awareness right to the hips, the hip joints, right through the legs, to the knee joints, to the ankle, to the bottom of the feet, right through to the toes. Using that breath to let go. Really let go. So one more time, let's inhale from the toes all the way to the crown of the head, filling up the body, lengthening through the spine. And then on that exhale, releasing gently, slowly, and letting go, coming into Shavasana, final relaxation. beginning to bring your attention back to your breath. Just noticing, bringing that awareness back. And then maybe bringing gentle movement into the hands, the wrists, the fingers, and the toes, and the ankles. And then just maybe moving the knees, just bringing some gentle movement back into the body. It might be just rolling the shoulders. Maybe you're just placing your hands on their knees or stacking the hands in your lap. And just thinking about that alignment with the shoulders and the hips and the knees and the ankles. And then on your next inhale, opening your eyes. And I'm going to close class with my favorite mantra, which I think really is something for today. It's Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free. May our thoughts, our words, and our actions contribute to that freedom and happiness for everyone, everywhere. Bringing your hands to heart center, gently pressing the hands together. Opening your eyes and just thinking about offering each other the sign of peace. And I hope everybody has a wonderful day. And I appreciate everybody for coming today.